My job is crazy. I've known Richie forever. Just have a little bit. You don't know what he's doing.
Can you hear me, Richie?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Hold on, is that through the computer or through the door?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's look at. Tennessee sent me a bunch of days. I was gonna ask.
Now we're good.
And he's got the coffee cup. He's ready.
I'm ready.
Talk about brain fog. My blue phone is at home. Can I make it without it, or?
Yeah, this is all you need.
Right here? Okay.
That's all you need.
Okay, thank you.
Well, has everybody already kind of met everybody briefly?
I'm Teresa.
I'm Carrie.
I'm Ben.
Yes, and Taylor is on Zoom, but
Okay.
she's here. But she will be on Zoom. So all four of you newest agents, you've been licensed about a month, 2 months,
Yeah, going right at 2 months, yeah.
but been out of commission for at least a month of that.
Tell me about that.
Carrie's,
2 weeks.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
so I'll say again.
She just made me feel better about the
Thank you.
test. So
Good.
Yeah, you
And
got this.
Ben's it coming soon, ready to go.
I'm past ready.
Yeah, so it's awesome. Taylor has been agent for maybe 2 months or so as well. So pretty cool. This is the first time ever going through the academy, new agent academy. So it's exciting. Maybe a little bumpy, but there'll be a lot of good information in it. And we'll keep adding to it, and things that come up that I'll get added to it as well. So it's pretty exciting. And we're also going to do an academy for experienced agents with time to be more in depth on how to build other systems and advanced build teams and stuff like that. But this class takes about 3 hours, this one here, which is why we did 2 to 5. We are going to take a little break though, around 3:30 and probably 20 minutes or so. So you can get up, stand up and get something to drink, use the bathroom, do all that good stuff. So that's how we'll run it. And we'll go ahead and get started. So on the front page is something I walked you all through in the Zoom. What's going to be the objectives? The objectives for this section of it is to understand the mindsets of success in real estate, create a personal business plan, establish a checklist for your first few weeks. Oh. I'll make sure that I have the same things on mine as y'all do. So I'm going through them in my instructor copy and the student copy. Be sure we're on the same page. So y'all have the disclaimer on the back of page 1, or you can call it page 1, whatever you like. I'll read it real quick. We don't believe in get-rich programs, only in hard work, adding value, building a real and professional career, and serving others with excellence and dedication. Our programs are intended to help you build a profitable business and to make a difference in the world. Our training and suggested activities take a lot of work and discipline, just like any worthwhile endeavor. It takes a hardworking entrepreneurial spirit to succeed in this business. Please don't start a real estate career if you believe in the money for nothing or get rich quick myths or ideology. We only want serious people dedicated to real professional development and who want to add value to people. We cannot and do not make any guarantees about our ability to get results or earn any money with our ideas, information, tools, or strategies. Your results in life are up to you. Agreed. Yes, you all agree. Answer for you. We just want to assist you by giving great content, direction, and strategies. However, these are proven systems and they do work. Just have to put that out there. So, all right. So I still remember obviously being a newer agent and how scary it is. It is difficult to get started, and that's kind of why we put it's not a get rich program. It is very can be a roller coaster ride at times. It doesn't have to be if you treat it like a business from the beginning and build it like it is one. So that's why we're going through these things. There's a lot of experienced agents that still ride that roller coaster, and it's because they're unwilling to pick up the phone. That's a big part. When you have phone calls come in, answer them, call them back. When you have new leads come in, call them. Those would be different things that we touch on later, but that's the common problem. People don't want to put forth the effort. They're too attached to the outcome as well. That's a big thing. But anyways, I do remember being scary and exciting as a new agent, but try to stick with the excitement and it'll be good. Cool. So starting your own business, what attitudes and work ethics must you have? So I have a list already worked out here on mine. But I would like for y'all to come up with some in the meantime.
Say, on attitudes, positive attitude, first and foremost. Nobody wants to be around anybody with a negative attitude.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. I'm just gonna throw a student copy on that. So positive attitude. Teresa, you said commitment? Commitment.
Work ethics, I can't even stress enough.
Work ethic?
Unfortunately, in my last job, there were people who got ahead by kissing the boss's honey and not putting forth any work or knowledge. I mean, any training opportunities that would come up, they wouldn't take them. Could not understand why.
Yep.
I was one of the few people who could actually run every department in the sheriff's department.
Now you know what he did. Used to be sheriff's department.
Yeah.
I was gonna say a cop, but
Cop,
same.
yeah. So
Okay. So he used to work police enforcement or
And I was
we
on
just
live.
called it 3 different things.
I was on live PD. Yeah, law enforcement, cop, popo, it's all the same.
And both of them work in the medical field. So
Your field is scary to me though.
So is y'all's.
I don't know, I took a shift in a correctional facility one night. I never do it again. It scared me to death.
For us, once we dealt with the crazy attitudes, usually they're in handcuffs, problem is solved. You guys get them if they're not strapped to a bed or sedated.
and now you get them in real estate. So
Oh, yeah.
be ready. So you get all those crazy personalities, then they get mad at you because they can't get pre-approved or something like that. So be prepared. You'll walk into some stuff, crazy stuff. Be careful whenever you're showing property. Vet, screen your people, even males. I've had people try to prey on me as a male. So it happens to male and female. So that's not too scary either. Just make sure you're comfortable where you're going to meet people. If you're not, bring them here first, get a copy of their driver's license. You can share your location on your phone with me. I'll follow it, or you take another agent with you.
I'll be happy to go. I'm very proficient in self-defense. So.
Yes. Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
No, I was gonna say self-motivated.
Yes, that's a huge one. That's a really big one. I'll be able to give the tools, answer questions, but at the end of the day, it's up to you for your success. And a lot of folks want to come in and just have it given to them, want to get rich quick thing, and that's not how it works. And especially when there's a little market shift of any kind, we build you to be prepared for that, and you will be. But some more I have written is honesty, integrity, willingness to forego profit at first, so you will make it down the road. Willing to put in lots of hours. Should slow down, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
It's a little different when you already got it written down.
Now that was willingness to,
Forgo profit at first. Puts in lots of hours. Confidence and a can-do attitude. This is something that can be built. So I don't expect you to come in and be extremely confident in what you're doing. If you are, it's probably dangerous, to be honest. So it's ask questions. Do not do something if you don't know what you're doing. Ask questions. Keep you protected, keeps me protected, keeps the clients protected. It's very important. We don't here we focus on being professional and making sure we know what we're doing. You'll learn as you work with others. Not everyone's like that. So it's dangerous. Like people to some extent, at least, want the best for people. That's probably a better way to put it. Learn the business and try to be as knowledgeable as possible. Set goals and objectives. And similar to the self-motivated, be self-disciplined. Seek mentors. That's inside this office, outside the office, whatever. Seek mentors. Lenders are great. Lisa, incredible. She will sit down with anyone in here and help you. And that lady's brilliant. You know her from the lending standpoint.
I still ain't figured out how she got me approved, but I mean, it's based off my retirement. So,
She's incredible at what she does. Her customer service, like no other lender in this industry. I would get to know her, ask her questions. And she comes for our book club every month. She's one of the only people as part of that. But she is by far the best lender in this industry. And I've worked with well over 100 of them just in this local market at this point.
when she saw my insurance quotes for the house, and I sent them to her, she's like, I can't tell you this, but no, and no. And I was like, what you mean? No. She goes, here, I'm gonna give you a name. I'm gonna give you a phone call. Make this phone call. It'll be worth your while. And she ended up saving me almost $3,000 on homeowners insurance.
Crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing. She's been around the block. She's worked in corporate America at very high levels, and she knows the lending business very well. Be positive. Yeah, you said that, I think. Set goals, which I already said. Set goals and objectives. Get educated and trained. I've already said that. Be consistent and persistent. That's a big one. You're gonna have a lot of days where you feel like you're just spinning the wheels. Stick with it, it pays off. Leah, she was a new agent last year. She I know she felt the spinning wheels gig, like it's a lot of can feel discouraged very easily if you don't have stuff coming immediately. There's no immediate gratification really in this industry. So be consistent and stick through the doubts, and good stuff pays off. It's pretty cool. And we'll talk about how to get clients as well later. time block, so use time blocking. That'll be something later in today's session. We work on scheduling, that'll be based off of your goals. Be organized, that's another one. Run out of paper page there.
Getting close. Start writing smaller.
This is our builder, if y'all haven't met him yet.
Okay.
He's a contractor, does custom builds. He will not do remodels. Just does custom builds. He builds all my specs as well.
Okay.
So he's really good at what he does. Be organized, did I say that one?
Yeah,
I
I
think I
just
did.
said that.
Yeah, that one should be tough. You'll be all over the place, be organized. Don't be afraid. So don't attach yourself to the outcome. That's a big one, and that's a lot of folks' issue. Don't attach yourself to the outcome. Have a high desire for success and care about your customers and clients.
Are you looking for Jared?
No, it's gonna take a while. All right. Sweet. So care about your customers and clients. That will get you great success. Obviously, they want to know that you care about them. Everybody here does. Like you probably wouldn't be here if you didn't. We do not hire everyone that comes in these doors, and probably turn away more than I'm brought on. So care about your folks. They'll give you referrals. You'll grow successful. Real estate is not a job, so I would work on that mindset. It's a business. It's your business. So each of you want to build your own brand. We'll get into that as time goes as well. It's not a job, it's a business. So this is an example. If I were running for mayor and on a shoestring budget, which most new agents are, how would I campaign? What would I do to be seen? This is more questions. Next time I'm going to bring in a big whiteboard and just have everybody put it together on a whiteboard. That'd be a good idea.
Let's see. First thing, free advertisements, getting out.
Exactly.
You
Yeah,
just got to be out there.
volunteer.
Volunteer.
Yeah.
Sweet. What else we got? What other ways, when you say being out there, get out there?
Well, like I said, word of mouth advertising is really the best type of advertising. It's the cheapest.
Yep.
And when somebody recommends you to somebody else, then they have good experience and it goes, it just, I mean,
Sure.
it snowballs into success.
We're gonna change snowballs to spreads like Carolina Adjustment. I used that the other day, so I was like, oh, that's poetic. I don't know where it came from. But Carolina Adjustment is our state flower, if y'all didn't know, and it literally spreads like wildflower. That's the saying, it spreads like wildflower.
I was gonna say Jordan's got one at the front of near the mailbox.
Probably doesn't know that's what it is.
Probably not.
I'm gonna tell her.
It is all over the place. It takes up the whole front section up there. It traveled both the fence lines.
That's pretty cool. That's how it works. Spreads. Spreads like Carolina Adjustment. That's to make that a hashtag. So another way, social media. Use social media. It's free advertisement. And let your people know. If they don't like to see that you're a realtor, so what? You know, they can unfriend you. Doesn't matter.
So do we need to have a business social media
It's up to you.
Business Facebook page or?
It's completely up to you. I've always had one, and I invited every single friend to like it and follow it.
Yeah, I was
Some
gonna ask
won't.
about that too, because I saw a lot of people have it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
have it separate.
That's what I kind of
Mhm.
noticed too.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
like to look it up to see if you do. It is more professional to have one,
Right.
probably, and you can run sponsored ads for cost whenever you
Yeah.
have a business page. You can't do that with a personal page. So what you have to do, make sure you follow the laws. It cannot say Carrie Selly Realty or Carrie Selly
Yeah.
Real Estate. It has to say Carrie Selly Realtor or Carrie Selly -SH June, something like that.
Okay.
But it can't represent that you're a real estate brokerage by law. So I can help with that.
Okay.
But it's really easy to create.
So we'll just run it by you before we do
That
Yeah.
works. That'd probably be safest.
Exactly.
it.
For
Better
coffee.
safe than sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I've had to be so careful on my personal site because again, I got a lot of cop buddies that are on there. I'm like, guys, some of the stuff you're posting, unfollow.
Uh-oh.
So we just had a shooting in Richland County last weekend. I love all my guys, but they're all like, yeah, it's justified. And I'm like, on paper, yes, it's justified. Realistically,
Yeah.
it's not how I would handle the situation. And it's going to be bad news for Columbia shortly. Because I know that the troll's coming.
Yeah.
Well, I had a customer the other day that I called and she told me that she didn't like South Carolina anymore because the police burned somebody out of the house just to get them out of the house. And I'm just
No, they
listening to
did.
this lady.
That was in
No.
Carolina Forest,
Yeah.
and that's not what happened.
Yeah.
I know a lot of mutual friends, and
Well, she was going on one anyway. She said she moved here from Arizona and they promised her this big job and she didn't get it. And she's in a DR Horton home now and she's not gonna move twice and she can't get financed for this $500 and something home she wants. And I mean, she's going on. She said South Carolina is horrible. They burned somebody out of the house. And I'm listening like, really? And I'll record my calls just so I can
Yeah.
play it back and hear myself too, how I interact with them and stuff. And I started
so
calling.
she
that
owns a
lady.
home with D.R. Horton here.
Yeah, she does.
If she doesn't want to live here, let's list it. Go list that thing.
Tell me about it.
I'll go with
Tell
it.
me about it.
Go with you to be under your name.
Oh, yeah. She was one of the Sierra contacts that I had. You know, Miss Angel, I believe was her last name. Yeah.
I was actually just telling Maureen, since I've shared the little bit I have on social media, I've had people reaching out to me already that are wanting to, looking at listing their homes here.
Good.
And I asked her, I was like, is it too soon? I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And so,
I'll go with you.
Okay.
Help you secure it,
yeah,
and it'll go under your name.
okay. One person's wanting to sell 2 of their rental properties because they're long-term rentals and they're wanting to get into more short-term rentals. So he has too much debt to do what he wants to do. So he wants to get out from under these 2, like pretty soon. So, yeah.
Whenever you're ready,
Okay.
I'll go with you. From after 3 p.m.
Okay.
We're gonna do meetings before 3 p.m. After time block,
Mm-hmm.
but those type of meetings.
Yeah.
All right, so use social media. That's a good one. Design and hand out professional flyers. We'll end up doing some training on those. Those are the type of things that training wise we do on Fridays. So it's all this Friday is gonna be a really good training. Make sure you attend.
Ooh,
It'll
yeah.
be recorded.
Miss it.
Last week's was too.
Good,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really helpful.
good. So we try to make them all pretty good, but this upcoming Friday's a really good one. So try to attend if you can. If not, it'll be recorded and we have a Google Doc where we throw all of our videos. Mail out postcards. I don't know how much of a shoestring budget that is when you're mailing out postcards, but it costs a little bit. So, and that's something you have to be very consistent with. But reach out to your sphere of influence. know my accent may throw you a little off, so it's SPHERE of influence. So you want to reach out to your sphere of influence. We'll build that out. That could be anyone. Have documents on that. Actually, it's already in your binder. So if you go to it's somewhere in here.
It's in the orange, I think.
Oh, here you go. Oh yeah, it is in orange. Do I have 2 oranges? It's in the first orange. So I have all kind of documents on this. We're going to actually end up walking through these, but at the very end, there's a developing a center of influence in the orange section, and we're not going to do that today. So yeah, but in there is a developing center of influence document, and just a basic little walkthrough. But that's really going to be your gold mine. It's your center of influence. So they say if you hit them all quarterly, you'll get about a 10% return off of your sphere of influence, also known as center of influence, RPS. There's some kind of abbreviations for it. Knock on doors. So go door knocking, go door to door. That's another one. Hold neighborhood events. That can get costly as well. Do anything you can to meet people in person. So networking, whether it's volunteering or just going to events and meeting people, whatever it is. So as a company, we're going to start advertising at events. We're going to slot like the 10 by 10 spaces, put up a tent, tables and stuff. That'll be good for agents to go network and meet people. So we're going to start doing that. We have Earth Day coming up. I sponsor that every year out of school. That's the only event I've ever done, but we're going to start doing a lot of them. We're looking into the what's the big one in Little River? It's known worldwide.
Blue Crab Fest.
Yeah, Blue Crab Festival. We have that coming up. We're going to do. We'll get at least one spot out of it. That's a huge event, so we'll be set up at that all weekend. And
Now they're doing the shrimp festival up here too. So
that's what I was about to say was Shrimp Festival. I know it wasn't right. What I was thinking.
they got 2 of them.
Yeah.
So
Well, we're going to get in everyone we can. Right now, we're just ordering 1 tent. We're going to end up ordering more so we can do multiple events on one day if we want. So it gives agents opportunities to go out and network.
we do that. We can, like I said, some right there. We can use the house as a headquarters to
Sweet.
shuffle stuff we need to. So
That'd be awesome. We'll eventually we're going to get an office down there too.
awesome.
So that's the goal. And we're going to make the announcement very soon about North Carolina. So that's we're waiting on me for that. But it's another thing on my list. But we'll end up doing it. Make sure you have a nice bio and professional picture, which we do offer professional pictures, as y'all know. So make sure you have a good bio. If you write out a bio, I can write it for you ultimately if you need me to. I do like to write, but my time is pretty limited now, so it makes it tough. I don't do it anywhere as much as I used to, but I wrote mine. I haven't wrote anybody else's, but I can if need be. But I would need something to go off of, honestly. Hold seminars. So this is something down the road, really, once you know the industry at a much more in-depth level, I guess would be a good way to put it. And it'd be good to host some seminars for buyers or sellers, best practices for buyers, what to expect, stuff like that. Use signs.
I see I'm just in time.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Put this down.
Sweet, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, so come
Everything
on
good?
out to Ocala, okay? I'm in Long, South Carolina. Got about 19 homes in, do you mind if I interrupt?
Yeah, you can go.
19.
We're recording too. so-
Okay, 19 homes that are going to be, that are in permitting, that are to be coming out within the next 1 to 2 months. So if you want the inside scoop and a $2,500 bonus on top of your 3%, give me a call.
Definitely go hit the ladies in the offices back there.
Back there too
Yes, ma'am.
and tell them,
Yep.
okay, perfect.
Sweet.
Thanks,
Thank you.
y'all, sorry.
We were just talking about holding seminars. We're actually going to do a big one in the fall as a company. It's going to be to bring folks in and hopefully get more agents as well. We do have a pretty heavy vetting process now for getting agents. You were actually one of the first to get interviewed by multiple people. So
That's great.
yeah, so for every hire from here on out, whether it's agents or staff, there will be agents involved in interviews. So it's the agent's job to protect the culture of the company, and we're putting it back on the agents. So then there's no reason for you to complain if you don't like people or what's going on in here, because you let it happen. So we want a strong culture in here, people to be happy and grow. So that's what it is. And if there is stuff going on, you tell me. Either we'll fix it, or I don't mind getting rid of people to protect it. So we've done it, and we'll do it again. Sweet. Sorry if that sounds pressure like a bad thing. It's not, it's really good. It's a good thing. Another thing is using signage. Obviously for sale signs going in front yards, that's type of signage we offer the first 5 as a company. Any type of advertisement. Cold call, that's a good one. We're about to touch a little bit more on that on the very next page. Cold calling, but we definitely have scripts for any kind of calls or prospecting. We have scripts in place, and where you learn them and internalize them. I know it feels really weird, but once you get those things truly internalized and make them fit you, they don't seem like scripts anymore. The point of them is to teach you the right things to ask. So experienced agents have a very hard time with that because they don't like how we're going with this one. Because they're caught up in their old ways. So they struggle. So you have an advantage there. If you can learn them up front, you're learning the right questions, you'll convert more people. The goal is for y'all to pass all these people that are currently here and other agents.
It'll just motivate them more to work harder.
Exactly. So please pass them all.
Yes.
Do well. It's not easy, but it is simple. If that makes sense. Attend social events. We've already said that. And get support. Get a support team. That would be your sphere of influence, or SOI is another thing that's called SOI. Sphere of influence. So here's a question for you. What's the most important thing you can do to be successful in real estate? Or activity? What's the most important activity for you to be successful? It's written really big on all of your papers.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm about to say prospect.
Yeah.
Prospect.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking, but I thought it couldn't be that simple. He's not looking for that answer. You know?
It's definitely prospecting. So this isn't just for your first year. This is, if you want extreme success, prospect. Your first year, you're not going to be running around all the time. So prospect all day if you have to. That's where you get your business. Talk to people. Don't make it cold, make it like you just care about them, want to talk to them. That's all you really got to do. And remember to smile. We have plenty of tips on prospecting too. So go in it smiling, be excited, hope that they answer the phone, and you'll succeed.
So if you're not on the phone prospecting, you need to be somehow outreaching people at least about 3 hours a day.
Yes, I would. So go knock doors if you have to. That's really uncomfortable. So it's cold calling. It can be really uncomfortable, but you're going to get better and better as you go. I mean, you're going to hear all the objections early on, and then you're going to learn how to respond to those objections. Once you get those down, you're golden. You're going to convert so many more people. And 97% of agents won't do these things. So if you listen to top agents, successful agents that share all their secrets, it's because they know there's no threat, because people aren't going to do it. Just what it is. If you do it, you'll be extremely successful. So yep, I have it written out. Minimum of 3 hours a day, day after day, after day. The more you do it, the more comfortable it becomes. It becomes a habit. You get better at it. You'll start seeing more success from it. If you don't have any success from it in the first 6 months, keep doing it. You're going to close something in the first 6 months, but just keep doing it and it will pay off without a doubt. You may have to make an adjustment. I'll listen to you if you need me to, or you can listen to me as I do it. I'm about to start prospecting again for listings. I have not prospected since I started this company because I focused on the company, but we need to get listings in-house so I'm going to go back out and prospect. And I think it'd be good for everyone. You'll get to hear how it's done. You can be doing it at the same time, side by side, whatever, but Seth's going to go out and get listings. So we need them. I want yard signs out. That'll bring buyers in. It'll bring more traffic, bring more brand recognition. The best marketing material you can have is for sale signs somebody's front yard. So, and it gives you opportunity to call their neighbors.
Mhm.
So we're going to get listings. You don't have any clients right now, obviously, you're new agents. So the best way to get that is talking to people. So you have no choice but to talk to strangers right now if you want to get business.
My stepson will tell you, I don't meet strangers.
Yeah, you see that.
So you'll talk to anybody. So, yes, I will.
It's good. I mean, you have two options. You can either go out and buy the business if you're extremely wealthy, or you can go out and earn it and be successful and buy more and keep earning at the same time. That's how people really get good. Go earn it and learn how everything works. And then you can teach that. Teach a team. You can grow a team under you and do that. So love to get some teams running here. Be cool. We're about to do some stuff to run as a big team. Really well-oiled machine overall for buyers. But if you do stuff on a personal level and build your own business, you're going to do way better than running just off of leads that we provide. When it gets to a point where you don't need our leads. So, got to remember what's on each one. So where do you expect your first clients to come from? Where are you going to get new clients?
Hopefully from the prospecting. I recently though started, even if I go to the doctor's office, I'll give out my cards and stuff, and that's something I haven't felt comfortable enough to do. But here recently, somebody say 2 or 3 words, well, let me give you.
Yeah. That's one thing I want to try. It's probably gonna be uncomfortable at first, but
Mm-hmm.
to just tell anybody that I have a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll sit there and I'll talk to somebody for a little while,
Mhm.
then you'd be like, I didn't give them a card, what am I thinking about? You know?
Yeah.
But now I'm getting more used to.
How you doing? Good, man.
I'm a little early, but
Yeah.
Maureen, I guess.
Yeah, she's back here.
Nice to
Is that
meet you.
you? Yes,
Andrew.
sir. Cool. I'll be back there in a second.
Okay.
I kind of have my wife working at that store that sells all the beach stuff. She's always getting people coming in talking about that they're, oh yeah, we're thinking about moving down here. I promise you, there will be a stack of cards
Mhm.
sitting on there.
Make a flyer, like, you know how they have the flyer
Yep.
thing with the cards? Do it, make it bigger.
And of course, word of mouth from all the ladies there. They're like, you're looking to move. I've got somebody that can. And then, like I said, a lot of my friends that are looking to retire, leave Columbia, I've been telling them, y'all come on down.
That'd be good. Well, we can help you create something pretty to put on there, and put your card with it. But that'd be awesome. It's good thing to do. Sorry for all the interruptions
No,
too.
you're good.
One day, we're gonna build something and have a true classroom that's like hidden,
Mhm.
so we'll do that one day. Whenever y'all are coming back for like the next level.
Yeah.
That is the goal though.
Have they had a chance to see your schedule?
No,
I don't know how he do what he do, I really don't.
don't
I
think
get tired looking at his schedule, I'm like, oh, I need a nap, man.
it's been crazy this week too.
Wow. Yeah, you've got new stuff since I last saw your schedule, so
Yeah, it's
the
crazy.
CCAR and stuff, but that wasn't on there when you had the original schedule, so. Wow.
There's always minor adjustments to it, but
Looking at your pictures on Facebook, I was trying to see if you'd maybe run across my cousin. She works at the medical side of Francis Marion.
that Daryl something, he's the only one we met there, and then some student was in there with the fake mannequin things. It's crazy. They like really breathe and all kind of stuff and like give birth.
Yeah.
It's weird, but it's pretty cool. So back to this question: where do you expect to get your first client to come from, and where are you going to get new clients?
Foreign. Especially when I like myself, I always feel like because I'm new to Myrtle Beach too, although I've been here almost 2 years, but I really don't know a lot of people and stuff. So I do talk to anybody I see though. So, and that's what I was saying lately. I just try to give out the cards anyway. But if they talk to me 2 minutes, I'll give them a card.
Yeah.
So,
You have to. It works.
yeah.
So Marine met someone at the airport in Milwaukee. And this was right before she she was licensed, but not full time. So I ended up listing their home for them. It was a condo because we were working as a team back then. She was strictly fire agent. I was listing agent. So I listed her condo, sold it for them. She ended up helping them buy something. And that came from a conversation in Milwaukee. Those clients sucked. They were horrible. They were horrible. They were so rude. But we closed them. They were bad.
So as long as they're happy at the end, as happy as they can be anyway.
Yeah, no. I think they were. They were so rude. Though. They were happy. They still talked to her a good bit. I wouldn't work with them again, but it's just me.
Like you said, it's hard to be around negative people though.
It is. They were trying to change like stuff that was the law, like in South Carolina contracts, because she was a title abstractor in somewhere up north, and I can't remember where, but they were both very rude people.
Those are my favorites.
Yeah.
Well, in Milwaukee, it's okay for us to smoke marijuana.
Oh,
I understand that.
yes.
It's still not legal in South Carolina, but I have a medical card. I understand that. It's still not legal in South Carolina.
Exactly.
So,
know your surroundings. Where you
Exactly. But no, just the difficult people, they will argue with you tooth and nail. Just smile.
Yeah.
That's all
so you can do. Cool. Peace out.
See ya.
All right, so building a business. Burnout. All right, so if you only build your business through cold calling, working FISBOs, expireds, door knocking, and such, you will soon burn out. So that's why what we're going to work on our sphere of influence, and going out networking, going to volunteer, stuff like that. That'll keep you from burning out. If you're just sitting around cold calling all day or door knocking, that stuff's mentally draining. So you got to do stuff that makes you happy to build your business. If you need breaks, take them. It's important. It's really easy to get caught up in this industry and work 60 to 80 hours or whatever. It's easy to get caught up in it. I've done it. I was another cardiologist all year because of it. And that I've done it as on strictly sales side too. I don't do that now. I make sure that I'm going from here by the very latest 7 p.m. But I try to leave at 5. Now, started out a couple months ago, but it's there's always going to be work that can be done. You can't do it all. It's just what it is. Make sure you take care of your clients and you have their stuff done to make sure they're protected. But take care of your health. You're not going to be able to sell real estate if you have a heart attack, so, or any other health issues. Just one example. All right, so next one, long-term success in real estate. So after a year or two of heavy prospecting, I mentioned this earlier, you'll be able to ease off of the prospecting side a little bit, so you'll have more referrals coming in, but you're still always going to need to prospect some. You're going to keep building that sphere of influence, as we talked about. That's going to be forever growing, and the more you work on that, more success. Sphere of influence really is your gold mine. That's the more you work at and build it, they're going to be easier people to talk to. They're going to send you way better referrals. You're not going to be competing as much with other agents. It's the way to go. So nurture that sphere of influence. But if you want to keep growing, you're going to keep prospecting on top of just that sphere of influence. It is as you can see with the arrow, it's all full circle. Just keep doing the same thing. You work on that personal marketing, farming, and repeat business. Just constantly do it. But it does take some time for things like your website and social media and everything to gain traction, but that'll happen as well. Same if you decide to blog, but for your social media and website to gain some traction, it could take a little while. You should have a marketing budget. That's something we'll work on as well. So everyone came from like a salary or hour by hour or something like that. So 2 things you're gonna need to remember in real estate is saving for your taxes and other business expenses. That can get you in trouble if you're not properly saving. So make sure you're putting a certain amount away from every transaction. You're probably, if you put 30% away, you're probably going to be safe. You probably won't have to pay that much until you get to a certain point in your business, but at least you'll have money left over at the end of the year after you pay your taxes too. So just be prepared for that. This is something. Would y'all like me to walk you through this? I'll walk you through it. So with we put it as if the average sales price was 280, which is pretty close now. That's average sales price in this area. 2 years ago, it was at least out 80,000 under that. It may even be a little over 280 now. I haven't checked since I was working on this actual document. But so in most, says at a 3% commission. Most time you're getting 2.5 now. So I think I even changed it. No, I didn't. Most of the time when I run my numbers, I do it off of 2.75% because it's between the two. And I would rather get more if that happens. So I'd rather plan on the smaller end. And the 100% here is just a place filler in this, saying that if you really made 100% of whatever comes to you, but the company gets its share. So it depends which structure you're on, whether you're on 70-30, 75-25 to 90-10 or 95-5, depending on what structure you're on, that's the percentage that would go there. And then it gives you a number. But
yeah, because that's the only thing that is between the bush. Yeah, so that was slow stuff down, but. Yep,
all right, so my income goal before taxes and expenses. So you want to figure out what's your true goal for the year. We'll end up figuring that out later, whatever you really want to earn. It's hard to really choose something like that as a new agent, how many transactions you want to do. But this sheet does walk you through and give you a pretty basic example of how you can figure out what you need to do. I did it based on earning 100,000, and it shows you how many listings versus buying and all that transactions you will want to work. So the next page is marketing budget. It's mostly for reference purposes. So you can check that out whenever. But we're going to go to the 7 simple steps to pick up buyers fast. All right. So number 1, do the simple, obvious, and inexpensive. Wear your name badge. Either you've already gotten it or I've ordered it for you and it's on the way. So you haven't got yours yet, right?
No.
Okay, I know that I've already ordered it.
Okay.
I'll order yours pretty much immediately. As soon as you sign paperwork, I'll order it to my checklist.
Did you get my email? Did that picture work?
I don't even know, honestly. Okay. When I was out of town, I just kind of
Oh, okay.
buttload to catch up on with those.
Okay.
But I did see it came through, and I didn't open it because I don't want to lose it.
Okay.
If it's open, I want to see it.
Yeah, it's got the cropped out background, so it's white in the background.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Okay.
So wear your name badge. People see it, people read it, and it's an easier way for you to open up a conversation about real estate, or people is going to ask you, how's the market? And we're going to touch on that a little later too, what not to say. The market's hot. That's not what you say, but most people do say that. So
that's what most people think. They
Yeah.
always say that to me,
Yeah.
It's really hot right now, isn't it?
exactly.
It's
So
good
you,
now.
so you tear it down even more.
And I always tell them, well, we need more listings. There's,
You do.
too many buyers and not enough homes for them. So.
That's true. All right. Not only might someone approach you, but it lowers your inhibition to speak with strangers. Peace out. All right. So number 2, ask old co-workers and neighbors for referrals / recommendations. Number 3, offer to take buyers from top listing agents for a referral fee. Some of our top agents have more buyers than they can personally handle. So these are already going to go to you. You don't really have to ask here until there's more top agents, which you'll have the opportunity to be. So, and then you can pass off agent or buyers. Number 4, memorize market stats and know the current interest rates. When asked about the real estate market, you must be able to answer intelligently. So when it's talking about stats, there's trainings that we've done in the past on Fridays and teach you how to study those. Things you want to know is what's the average days on market, what's the average sales price. Obviously, interest rate says it says. There's a list of things you want to study and know. The more you study it, you'll start seeing trends. When I've looked at it, we've had way more listings than any other year in the past 10 years. There's mad listings, like new listings that go out. It's just they're sold so quick. That's why there's no inventory. It's not that there's been a lack of listings, because there's been way more than ever. There's way more buyers. But you want to study stats. That's something you'd want to add to your schedule every morning. Ask your friends and family who they know that might be moving. Your friends and family, if they're true friends and good family, they won't see you succeed. So some people are haters. You're not going to be able to avoid that. Just laugh at them and prove them wrong.
No, my brother.
Your brother. Hold an open house. So all of my listings, I give opportunity to host open houses. It's first come, first serve. So if you see me post something to the Facebook group, comment quickly. So I'm giving it to whoever says something first. And that's to keep it fair on everyone. Did I put it in here? No, I did not. So truth is, you most likely won't sell the home at the open house, but it is a great way to build your list of buyers and pick up buyers, possibly even a seller. So the chances of a home selling at an open house very, very slim. But it does happen on occasion, but it's rare. But it's a great way to pick up new clients. So
Think about how many times the neighbors in the neighborhood come around to see what the house looks like.
Yep.
You got your card, they decide they're selling, problem solved.
Yep. Go knock on their doors too before the open house. Let them know you're having one. You can let them know, hey, I'm having a special hour before the open house is open to the public, just for the neighbors come in and see it. It works. When you put out open house signs and you put it in someone's yard that's on the corner, go knock on their door and ask them for permission, because other agents don't do it. It's a good way to start a conversation. They respect it and they'll remember that. So it's a good thing to do. Be like, here's my business card if you have any questions or you have any issues with the sign, whatever. But they'll respect that you went and asked. It is a great way to pick up buyers though. And since you, well, I'm not gonna say since you won't have any, but you can host them at my listings until you get your own, then host them at yours. Don't pass them off to other people yet, unless you have too many that you can't do them. Host them yourself so you can pick up clients. Cool. All right, run a Facebook and or Instagram ad. It's number 7. And I know you see the tip at the bottom. Assemble your buyer representation presentation as soon as possible. That's something I'm putting together for the office. I'm gonna do it based on how I've done it in the past. I'm doing a buyer and a seller one. I already have the materials built up from the past. I just have to rebrand them to the company. And so that'll be coming. So write down 2 steps that you commit to accomplish this week from these 7. And yours is kind of tough,
I
ain't
was
it?
gonna say, I'm kind of limited with what I'm allowed to do.
You can start telling friends that you're about to be licensed, or you can start building out a list. So start building out a sphere of influence database. I mean, I would recommend everybody doing this. That should be your big task right now. Is building out a list. What you want is their name, phone number, email address, and mailing address. So you're gonna hit them all of those ways. You want to hit them with mail at least once a quarter. You want to talk to them at least once a quarter, and you're probably going to put them on a newsletter, email once a month.
Say the other thing, I've been kind of coming up with a vendor list of all the different.
So I have that for you too.
Cool.
I mean, you want your own too. You should.
Well, I was gonna say I've used most of yours already anyway.
Good.
Like I said, Joey just knocked the house out the park.
Best painter, easy to work with, and he
Absolutely.
shows up.
Yes.
He's incredible.
And his crew. I mean, nonstop.
He is too. And he's a million miles an hour.
Yeah.
Could you understand him?
I did. I was like, slow down a little bit. Hard to hear. He's like, okay. Yeah, he's 10 miles an hour.
Yeah. His whole family's like that. His son's the same exact way, so his brother. I used to work with his brother in landscaping for about 5 years, and his son too.
He came in for the outside of the house, probably 4,000 cheaper than everybody else I'd spoken to. I mean, and we're talking about a 3-story house where there were people afraid to even go up that high. And he just, and it was not, that's not an easy paint job. There's so much ornate stuff that's up there because it's the guy that built the house. I don't know if you really got to see the inside of it from what the pictures.
Just pictures.
I mean, there's not a single square corner inside the house. Everything's bullnosed. And
Good. Make them work.
it is crown molding, crown molding, crown molding, crown molding, on top of crown molding. And what he did with the kitchen was just fabulous. He's got to come back and do a touch up for me. I can't wait till he sees the floor we put in.
He's a good guy. I get into my remodels too.
And he was quick. I mean, he was out within a month and a half. I was expecting about a 3-month wait period. Of course, throwing your name out there helped out. But
Good. Good. He's helps on some stuff. And if it's a smaller project, you'll probably get out even quicker.
Oh,
So he's good at what he does too.
now, if I could just find somebody that does tile work for the bathroom, nobody wants to come out.
I can reach out to people. Just remind me. Remind Rich.
The bathroom was made for a 5'3" guy, and I'm a little bit taller, so water splashes over, and I need some glass block put in there. It's crazy. Just keep the floors from getting down. I can see it coming already. It's like if I keep it like this, we're going to end up having some water issues.
Yeah.
Because I splashed.
Playing with your rubber duckies.
No, it's just, it's got a big rain head shower, and like I said, unfortunately, the wall comes up to about here on me, so everything that hits here just splashes over.
Yeah.
And
It doesn't make sense to do that much.
So I was just gonna put some glass block to get that extra barrier.
Yeah.
And now, I don't think it should pass code, but they did put a GFI outlet right there on the wall next to the shower.
Not in the shower there, right?
No, not in the
Right.
shower, but it is,
Splashing water.
Yeah. that was
luckily it's
there.
GFI.
I know.
We haven't had any issues out of it.
So yours is database. That's one big thing. That's kind of what you're limited to now, but that'd be a great start to help you once you do get going.
I was gonna say, one of the things I wanted to ask, and I don't know what I'm allowed to, I know the real estate commission is very picky, but I would love, since I'm not as familiar with Myrtle Beach as I should be, I mean, I grew up here as a young kid, but I'd love to get a ride with somebody who's doing house showings.
Yeah.
With a button lip, of course. 'Cause I
Yeah, you
can't say
can.
anything, but just to learn the areas. I've already gone out and driven through Carolina Forest because I know a lot of properties come from there, but
Mhm.
I would go to any new home communities, like new construction communities. That's a different part that we would be getting into. But at least once a week, go tour properties. And that's the way you can do it. You can do it. There's so many new construction communities right now. I would go do that too. Just let the on-site folks know what you're doing. Any DR Horton community, I would reach out to Joe Simpson. He's a really, really good friend of mine and one of the best humans you'll ever meet. He's an incredibly good guy. So definitely reach out to him. What were your two things, Miss Teresa?
Two, I got more than two, because I'm a little behind. Okay. I'm gonna do some Facebook posting this coming up. I want to increase my farm time, and I gotta start memorizing the stats and studying the stats. So that's my goal for this coming up.
Cool. What farm area? If you can write down, I can help you write down where you want to farm, other than Papillon, because I've been hitting that for like a year and a half. But I mean, you can still do it. But that's mine.
Here now?
Papillon right here.
Oh,
I walk that community.
where?
I know. I walked it and I hit them all the time. It's because they're right here and I can't travel very far to get.
Oh, yeah. You'd be surprised. I got this little, some little flyers that I'm gonna order eventually. But it says because I'm not just your local realtor, I also live here, and therefore I know and tell you the value of the neighborhood and stuff. I thought, yeah, I need those. But they're like $15 for, what was it, 20 of them or something? So I thought, yeah.
If you want to hit them, you really can. I don't care.
Well, they know me because I walk over here all the time too. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah,
I really do though, but
Same. That's where we walk the dogs.
yeah.
Sound like I've gotten to know the neighbors over the last year and a half, and I've walked door to door over there and knocked their doors. There's two of them you probably want to avoid, or maybe they'd be nicer to use your female, but they're very rude to me. But I'll just laugh and go knock on the next one.
They'll probably ask me, did you send me there? So, the staff send you over here.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna take a break in 5 minutes. Gonna run through the six surefire tips to get a listing fast. So have 10 real estate conversations every day. No excuses. Keep track of leads and follow up every day. Assemble a listing presentation or consultation and practice overcoming seller objections. Forgot what those were. Especially. Probably commission rate. So your fees, that's probably one of them. And I'm not ready right now. Objection. So early on, I would say preview 10 houses per day, 5 days per week. And that's because, I mean, if you're going to be a professional, you must know the inventory. Right now, there's not many active listings. And I do think that the best route to go would be go new construction, just go tour their properties. That's going to be your best way to get to know the inventory right now. Also, if you're scheduling appointments just to go view someone's home, you're putting those people out of their house for a little while, and it's kind of disrespectful. So if you have buyers that are really fit the criteria for that home and you're doing something for them, that's okay, that's one thing, but I look at new construction communities. But try to do it every day, just so you learn and get to know the inventory. You'll learn a lot, and it'll be networking. You'll get to know people. If you can get on a good side with the on-site agent, they could be passing you listings down the road. Some of them let you sit on site with them. It's just you have to build that relationship with them. So ask your friends and family, who do they know who might be moving? Now you just saw that on the buyer side too. So friends and family, that's your sphere. Hold an open house and knock 100 doors surrounding the home. You can knock more if you want to, but knock 100. Let them know what you're doing. Let them know when it is. No stats, like usual. And a lot of people, a good handler is people will say, I'm not thinking about moving. I'm not considering moving, anything along those lines. Be like, well, I'm here to be a resource in general. I know all kind of contractors, whether it's plumbers, HVAC, painters. I'd be happy to be a resource for you on any of those things you may need. That changes people's tone real quick. It's pretty cool. So
My parents even tell me that even if they were thinking about it, they wouldn't do it now because of the rates going up and stuff. I'm like, no, not the rates they charging now.
there's objection handlers for that too. And I think you may already have them in one of your documents. You have objections handlers here. Yeah, and maybe in yours hundreds too. If not, it will be soon. So prospecting for open houses often results in listing leads for neighbors who are curious about prices of homes for sale in the neighborhood. And here's another one, write down one idea to commit to. Here's a still database. It's a big one. That's gonna be your goal line. So, and now we're gonna take like a 15-minute break. How good? What was yours you wrote down?
Ask my friends and family who they know that may be moving.
Sweet.
So I have to be doing a lot from Tennessee, so the next few weeks.
Good.
So, yeah, I know several people actually looking that are retiring and looking at moving here. So
Good.
Yeah.
So they'll definitely be doing the same thing. Of course, I'll preface that
Not licensed yet.
not licensed yet, so I can't. But I was like, the test is April 6th. I said, so by the middle of April, we should be good to go unless something comes up. I'll let you know.
Yep.
So they're not people looking to do immediate moves, but I've got quite a few on the hook for next 3 to 4 months, maybe after each season.
Well, I have a niche for you if you want to work it. You have and cops and military typically stick together, so you can take over that market to them if you want to. You don't have to, but so saying for you.
So,
No offense to John cops.
yeah, it's that's why they call it the Brotherhood of Blue. It's not what people think, but that guy that shoots the suspect that's about to kill you and you didn't even realize it.
That's what gets me though. I feel sorry for the policeman because you can literally go from helping this little old lady across the road.
Mhm.
And then the next minute you're fighting for your own life, so I don't know how you guys go from, one to the other like that. So
I think we're all
Yeah.
bipolar. Just flow with it. Believe it or not, that's what makes it fun, though, is the different experiences. The bad part and why police get such a bad rap is the negative attitudes that you get from, and I hate to say this, usually it's the ones that have been there a lot longer than everybody else. They're suffering from burnout. There's no, the chiefs and all that stuff, and sheriffs, they don't recognize burnout. They don't do anything to adjust it. So that's why I did my own. I worked every division that you could possibly work in the sheriff's department. Even though I was never assigned to a school resource officer position, I don't know if you've ever heard of Hammond School. It's the big private school in Columbia. I went and worked security for them for their football games, got to know all the student athletes, and basically became the school resource officer for them, even though they're just one of those schools that refuse to have an officer on campus unless it's for special events. I knew them all. Eric Kimmery, who was the USC quarterback that threw the fade against Mississippi State that he's famous for. He just took a head coaching position at a private school up in Tennessee, like a big private school in Tennessee. But he was USC's tight ends coach last year.
Nice.
Got to know all those guys.
It's pretty cool.
And nobody wanted the job. Okay, going over there. Alex English and all of his kids when they went there before they got mad and left.
What's your one thing for him? I gotta go meet this
Oh,
kid.
my one
Or
thing.
not kid, God.
Say that again, Paul.
The one thing from the 6 fire tips to get a listen. Surefire tips.
I'm
Very good.
definitely planning on reaching out more to friends. My family's back in Georgia, so that's not going to do very much good. But more of the people that I have met and my neighbors, my immediate neighbors, I'm guilty. I have avoided them because they talk forever,
I do the
and I
same
really
thing.
have. But I've got to just, let them know what I'm doing, and give them cards and so forth too, and ask for people that they may know and stuff.
Yes.
So I
Indeed.
definitely plan on doing that this week, actually.
Good. It works. Sometimes you don't want to work in your own community though. I've learned that, and then sometimes take offense, like, why didn't they listen to me? But then you don't even want to work with them, so it's just
That's how it was at the sheriff's department. I did not want to police my own community, which is why I left Richland and moved to Lexington. I used to hate, because when I lived with Richie, I cannot tell you how many times I'd come home and somebody would knock on the door. I think somebody broke in my house. Okay.
Call the
uniform, but sure. And then I'd get yelled at when I'd actually go over there and help out.
of course.
So,
So we're gonna take 15 minutes, so I'll have to.
You will have to.
Charlie's gonna
We've been
bathroom.
talking about it all.
Yeah.
anybody good.
Sorry.
We thought you would have stopped
Yeah. I thought about it.
it.
So I don't even think about it. It's still
I
recording.
just
We
thought about it.
talking.
He's going back to find out some of our background.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Now we
He
know.
knew what he was doing.
It's always a plan.
It's a good one.
There's 7 essential tasks to take care of this week.
Mhm.
Open a business checking account and business credit card. This is not a must, but if you want to keep everything cleaner, it will be easier to separate your business and personal expenses.
Yeah, that's one thing when I asked you about the license and I spoke with the CPA and they suggested that. They said I don't need an LLC quite yet, but what I want to do in the future, I'll need one.
Yeah.
So,
Say, I've actually talked with your tax guy.
Russ,
Yes.
he's a good guy.
So I'm supposed to meet up with him next week. He goes, I don't know about, he goes, the LLC ain't gonna really help with taxes. I was like, it'll help with lawsuits, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, Conway National is gonna go ahead and set up a business account for me as soon as I sign the paperwork.
it's good.
No need to jump the gun yet, but they're ready.
I like combination.
What do I need for opening a business account? Do I need to bring in like a license
I mean, really, it could just be a personal account that you use.
separately?
Yeah,
Okay,
that makes sense. Like it doesn't have to technically be a business account.
okay.
Commingle your money.
Yeah, it's just it's just to keep something separate from what you use on an everyday basis for like groceries and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's gonna make your life way easier in Russ's life.
Yes.
My first couple of years, my accountant hated me.
Oh, mine's gonna hate
Because-
me.
I would literally like just at the end of the year, I'd go through my bank statements, highlight what I thought was work, it's like, and there would be, I mean, one year I spent, I don't know, $140,000 just in advertisement and stuff. It's pretty steep.
120,000.
Yeah,
When we moved, I finally just got rid of all of my receipts from everything, because anything that you do through the sheriff's department, because we 1099 for a long time. You kept copies of all your receipts, dinners, stuff like that. Anytime that you went out to eat, because you were given a meal tax. And we got ready to move. I went through my file cabinet. I was like, burn pile. Burn pile, it's been over 10 years. Don't need it anymore.
it's intense. All right, so checking account and business credit card. Meet with an accountant to determine what is tax deductible. This does set aside 20% of commission for taxes. I would say 30 is really safe. 20 is probably what it'll be closer to that, what you have to pay, but I would do 30 just in case.
I look at it like this. Federal is generally 20, state is between 5 and 6. 28 covers you. And like I said, keeps your money back.
Yep.
Because everybody forgets state tax.
Well, we're trying to push to where there's no more income state tax.
That would be nice.
Yes.
That'd be great.
That'd be-
Tapas in Tennessee.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yep, and
That's
Tennessee
Florida.
doesn't have secondary versus primary residence
Mhm.
taxes either,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I'm still fighting with Horry County on that one.
they'll get it fixed. They usually do.
Because I'm tax free through the VA, and they're just waiting for them to designate it as a primary residence so they can, which well, obviously Horry County doesn't want that. They want to get at least 4%.
They should get it quickly. They usually make the switch. So I don't know what their deal is.
I've been with that. I had to send them my tax forms and everything else. And just waiting.
All right, so assemble your Power 100. So, thank you. So assemble your Power 100, which is another way to say your sphere of influence. This is an old school way, but put a notepad in your car and keep track of mileage. I don't have this on your sheet, but I do mine. There are now several smartphone apps that can make keeping track of mileage easy. Now, if you talk to your accountant, if you have 2 different cars, you can also write off the car pretty much fully. So there's 2 different ways you can do it. You want to talk to your accountant about that. Seth is not an accountant. Number 5, save every receipt in a file or shoebox. It all adds up.
Mhm.
There's also several apps you can download to help with this. See. This next one is going to be kind of hard to do, seeing as there's no active listings, but on an open house next Saturday.
Find a listing and hold them.
Yes, you have 24 hours. And you must take pictures with your cell phone.
Good luck.
So if y'all didn't know, we provide listing photos for anything 150,000 and above. So we want to be professional. The only thing selling for under 150 right now are some condos. And if you go further out, like pretty much out of Horry County, some manufacturers. A lot of manufactured homes right now in Horry County are selling around 200.
Jeez,
So,
really?
yeah, it's crazy. Owned land, not lease land.
Okay.
So choose a niche to specialize in, or a niche, whatever you'll call it. NICHE.
Thank you for spelling that. I was having a hard time with it.
So a niche could be numerous things. We can work on those together. It could be working with folks in blue. It could be condotels. It could be manufactured homes. It could be your farms. It could be RIOs, which is real estate owned stuff, like where banks own the real estate, like foreclosure, short sales, all that type of stuff. Choose a niche, run with it. If you can get in and work a niche like that, or a specific area, be the go-to agent in that area. Extreme success comes from that too. It's very underestimated. So I don't know if that was the right term, underestimated, but it's good. Choose a niche. Complete a CMA for your own home. Get a local phone number. I don't know that I really do the Google Voice number personally, but I'd rather people be able to look me up. It is an option, but I'd rather people be able to Google me and know that it's Seth June. You know, call
So what is a Google
them a Google phone number. It's not trackable the same way.
Oh.
Yeah, I recently changed my phone number to a local one because of this.
I
was gonna say, I was just getting a second phone, so.
I have two. Well,
Yeah.
I have three different phone numbers that two are used for our cold calling systems, and one of them's my iPad number, but it's which I love. And get an easy email address, which we offer them. You want them? We have company ones. If you don't use company, I would say use a Gmail. Five strategies for long-term success. How boring is this? Just filling out blanks. Cool. Don't be all things to all people. Stick to one area and property type. So just because you're licensed in, or go to Tennessee, just because you're licensed in Tennessee doesn't mean you should service those people if they're not. Well, you actually know Tennessee. That was a good example. So just because you're licensed in North Carolina,
Mhm.
or just because you're licensed in South Carolina, you shouldn't go sell in Columbia. Whereas you can sell in Columbia, you know it, but don't sell in markets you don't know. Is what it boils down to.
I get in trouble in Columbia because I'd be like, avoid, avoid, avoid,
Yeah.
avoid. You scared me. Didn't mean to.
Can you be licensed in Tennessee and South Carolina?
Oh, yeah. Yep. So we're gonna make the North Carolina announcement very, very soon.
Okay.
So that's about to pop off. It wouldn't be a bad idea for you getting licensed because you're right there on the border, North Carolina. It is much tougher,
That's what I was told.
Yeah.
Mhm.
but it's, you're right there on the state line. I'm also, Tennessee is gonna be very, very soon for me.
Okay.
Georgia, we have reciprocity with, very easy to get licensed in Georgia. I'm gonna have to get a license there as well because I have folks in Chattanooga that will be selling for us, and that's right on the state line.
Yeah.
They're gonna be on both. Gonna have a broker in charge in Tennessee. That's not me.
Okay.
Thankfully, eventually we'll get one in North Carolina. That's not me. As well as I'm about to what? They said you're about to something on the bottom. In Georgia for now, I'll be broker in charge. The laws aren't too different there. North Carolina, different ballgame. It's crazy over there. It's
I've heard that.
yeah. But that's the only reason we haven't launched yet in North Carolina is because I want to have it down.
I'm gonna ask. When you do North Carolina, I know it's a broker state,
Yes.
but you don't have to take the national test for North Carolina, just state test.
Yes. Yep. And it is
Really?
correct.
Yeah.
Wow.
But then
the
you'll be a
same.
broker in North Carolina.
Yes.
So
Oh, you have to be a broker.
Yeah.
yes,
They don't have salesmen?
no salesman. Everybody's a broker.
Well, I think they're
No,
broken for a
you can
year.
technically work on, if you go test without doing all of your hours,
Mhm.
you can be a salesman for a very temporary time in North
Okay.
Carolina, but you
Wow.
have to do your 90 hours after that.
Hmm.
Tennessee is not a reciprocity state. I know that. And from what I've read, you have to have residence in Tennessee. Is that correct? No? Okay. Because that's what I was trying to figure out how to kind of go around that. I've been kind of working.
You don't have to have residency.
Okay. Let me get you to help me with that. Because I'm going to be there a lot. So,
The broker in charge is actually going to be based out of Knoxville.
okay. That's where I'll be. So,
So that's where he'll be
my
too.
dad's a custom builder in Knoxville.
Do it.
So, yeah.
And you'll have,
I got,
he'll be a really good connection there too. I
okay.
know you have family there too.
Yeah.
But
I have a lot of family within this little sphere there. So they could help me.
good.
Yeah.
We'll have folks there too. So
Okay.
good stuff. That's perfect. Distinguish yourself from the crowd by creating a personal logo with a professional photograph. Your photo is not in your logo of you, obviously, but you don't have both. And you want your logo professionally done. It's a lot of good places to get them for pretty inexpensive. Focus on building a lifetime client base. Teresa, what's the next blank? Start farming
Oh,
and building your database. Everybody know what farming is?
Mhm.
Cool. Treat this career as a business, not a sales job. Start each day at 8 a.m. That doesn't mean wake up at 8 a.m. I mean, start your
Aw.
business day at 8 a.m. at the latest. just like any other job.
I think
Yeah,
Sal
this
gets
isn't-
up around about 4:30 every morning.
Yeah, between 4 to 5 at the latest.
Mhm.
It just depends the morning, but most times at 4. But I need 8 hours of sleep too. So usually my watch will start going off, telling me to get ready for bed at like 6:45.
Mhm.
It's like, hey, start getting ready for bed.
Mhm.
So it reminds me to leave the office.
Ah.
Like, tell me go. So you want a time block, that's where using your time blocking stuff comes into place. Schedule your days off and your mini vacations. So I usually have them scheduled pretty far ahead, like the year before. So by the time I do my year goals and stuff, I already have my stuff planned. I know that the Mike Ferry convention that's coming up, I
Mhm.
usually know what month that's gonna be. I can't lock the dates in until they announce them, but I know it's gonna be in July, so have that set aside. So now I know the dates, and so do y'all. Did y'all plan on going? I know
I'm
Ben's going.
not going.
You're
I
not?
need to, I just thought about that. I need to go back in there and respond, but I'm not going.
Okay,
Okay.
Yeah,
you plan to go?
I plan
Okay,
on going, yeah,
Okay.
unless there's any like complications
no
No.
complications?
with what I'm doing next month.
Okay. So it's, okay, cool.
Which I don't plan on there being any, but that would be the only reason, but I'm planning on, I've already looked at getting my tickets for the flight, so that's, yeah,
All right, so respond to the email so I know it's in.
okay.
Cool. If you haven't already. I don't know.
I haven't yet, no.
Okay, cool.
I was gonna ask about it, today, kind of, cause I wasn't sure what all, other than,
Just your flights and food.
okay,
We'll end up kind of covering one bill.
okay,
And if you can't go this year, we'll get you on another one. When you can't go, everybody gets one. Free rooming and admission.
and where is it gonna be at? That's what I was gonna ask as well.
It's not the same place as usual. We're staying at the Links because it's the closest of whoever owns all of those. It's whoever owns Flamingo, Links, Caesar's Palace. That's where it is.
Okay,
So they own all of them. Caesar's is a far walk and you have to go outside. So we're not staying at Caesar's because
Okay.
I'm not walking in desert heat in a suit
Mhm.
every day for 15 minutes.
Yeah,
I will at night, but I'm not doing it in a suit.
yeah, my cousin went last year and she said it was at the Venetian. I
Yeah,
think.
she went to my parents.
She did, yeah,
Nice,
yeah, she's in Tennessee, so. they
nice.
met.
She in many role play groups.
I don't know, yeah. She was just telling me that she went last year and she said it's a really good learning experience.
Yeah, it's
so,
pretty deep. The only thing that sucks is the chaining. When people start chaining Mike,
ah,
it's like, I can't get any cornier, but I don't worship him.
Yeah.
He's very egotistical, but he knows what he's doing. Proven success.
So y'all will go again next year?
Yes, ma'am. And we do other stuff too. Look, I'm gonna go to an AR one in November. That's in Orlando, Florida. That's more to look at vendors and stuff. It's not as much of a coaching thing like the Superstar retreat. But I'm gonna probably start going to other stuff too. So I'm gonna get more into the legislative side of things. And put like other staff members and agents into like the other committees, like right now I'm in community outreach and housing opportunity, all of these YPN and leadership, all those things. So eventually I'm gonna go straight to legislative and leadership stuff and have a voice at the legislative level is my goal. I don't know what y'all know about RPAC, but RPAC it's the realtor party. We don't just fight for the actual realtor party though. It's for 1099 employees or general contractors in general. So we're the ones that got PPP loans passed for all 1099 members. That was RPAC. That was our people out there lobbying for us. And RPAC is strictly realtors funded. It's not for the public, straight up when realtors funded. I'm a major investor. I go to all kind of events for it. I'm not huge into politics at all. I don't care to talk about them. I don't care what other people believe. And when you come at me, I'm probably going to ignore you, to be honest. I don't give a shit. It's just what it is. Like, and I don't want drama.
Yeah.
So it's just I stay away from them. But whenever it comes for fighting for realtors, I see a lot of trash going on in the background. And the government is trying to take over the real estate industry as a whole. And I will help fund it to fight that. They see there's opportunity because they see what some agents make. And that makes government folks happy. Oh, we can make money.
Yeah.
So people like Zillow and Redfin and all those companies are a big issue for us.
Mhm.
They have a lot of money and power behind them that goes to these politicians too. And they're haters.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, sometimes I have a hard time trying to find something to even send someone that they haven't already found.
yeah,
'Cause they're on all those sites and stuff, you know, they already viewed 100 homes or something.
mhm.
Goodness.
Throw them on property searches so they get hit by you first. And we can show you how to do that too. Number 7 is 3 lines. The first word's practice. Second word's practice.
I can guess what the third word is.
What is it?
Practice.
Yes, ma'am. All right, so it's all of that at the bottom of your page. I'm
Sorry.
sorry, I'm gonna start leaving it blank in the future. These are basic logos, examples of logos. Everybody knows what a logo is. So I'm probably gonna take that off of it in the future and leave this blank space down there. And that's for you to write a commitment letter to yourself. So I promise I will start the logo building process this week or something. That was made up, but I promise I will do blank this week. Put 20 new people in my database that I already know. All right, so next one is new agent checklist. So this is really something for you to just keep and for reference for you to walk through. Have you both completed all of your MLS classes? Did you get an email saying that you missed one?
I
Okay.
did.
Did I call you about it?
No, I got an email for the NAR. I
Okay,
can't remember what it was. I did it. It was a loan to do, but I did.
good. Well, whenever you register with CCAR, you're going to get a list of things you have to do, MLS, Paragon training, stuff like that. So that's really what the first one is. So whenever you finish that, initial that it's done, meet with a title officer or attorney. Or lender. Lisa would be a great source. She would be great to help with this. I probably will just get an attorney to come in and help walk through that that makes more sense to make when you waste your time and go out and do that. So I'll end up doing that as a course one day. I'm actually gonna write that down. That'll be one of our 11 o'clock trainings. So we'll handle that. Meet with a loan officer. I'll give you all Lisa Sullivan's number right now. If you don't want to use her, I'll give you some other ones. Anna Biddle is incredible as well. Those are my two go-to lenders. They both answer the phone. They both bust their butts, and they both take great care of clients. Anna, I have watched her from the very start, grow her career. She is very intelligent. She knows the industry very well, and she will be around for a very long time. Lisa has been around for a very long time, also very intelligent. She will make you look outstanding to your clients, and she's another great go-to. So every time I have a buyer, I send both of their contact information to them. I usually add a third to the list for protection, but I'll put that third last, but I always switch off the order of Lisa and Anna. So who's first. And we're about to be using them a lot more once we get this client manager in, because both of them are going to help push leads to our website financially. And our client manager is going to have every single person get pre-approved by one of them.
What's the
Unless they're
name of
cash.
the company that Lisa's with?
Princeton Mortgage. And Lisa's number is 843-421-0102. Hannah Biddle, Bittle. Well, Granger is her last name. Anna Louise Biddle Granger. She got married. 843-287-1174. I'll send their contact cards as well.
Okay.
What kind of phones everybody have?
iPhone.
iPhone.
Cool. I know you have one too. So I'll just send them like that. So you can save them that way. Attend a professional home inspection. If you need to attend one, I can send you to any of mine. And you can see how those work. I personally don't go to them. Mostly because it's a time sponge, and whenever I was closing 60 to 100 transactions a year, that's a lot of hours sitting at home inspections. It's the same with closings. I personally don't sit at them anymore because that's also time that I'm just sitting there fiddling my thumbs with no purpose. It's not a bad idea to attend them, especially being new. You need to see how they work. Some clients, you do need to attend them because they are very uneasy or needy. It's another way of putting that. And for their comfort, you should be there. There's some clients that I cannot stand, and by the end of it, I don't want to see them. And I'll just make sure everything's good and let them know. Everything's clean. If you have any questions there, my phone will be on me, and make sure your phone is on you while they're at the closing and call you with questions. People do get nervous, but you will know how to read a HUD statement, settlement statement. I'll get an attorney in here. So we'll make that happen. That'll be one of the Friday trainings. All right. So we are all haters of Zillow, but it's good to have an agent profile on Zillow. I would not send your clients there for reviews because eventually Zillow they're already a brokerage of their own. So they're gonna end up getting rid of them anyways. So try to get those reviews to like a Google business page or something like that of your own. That's gonna be another thing I'd recommend creating is a Google business page. I can do a training on that. Again, I did one about a year ago, but I'll do another one. I'm actually building one now for one of our sister companies, so it'll be a good reminder for me too. But add your profile to the companies listed. Go on a listing appointment with at least 4 different agents. You can come nag them until they let you go, but you can, I would just, for me right now, since we don't have many experienced agents, just come with me to a couple of them. And I'm going to start booking way more of them. So we have to get listings in here once again. If you went with anyone else that's currently here, I'd either go with Terry, Nikki, or Nikki, probably. Possibly Lucy. And I'm gonna edit that out of the video. All right, do 4 CMAs in neighborhood studies. So 1, start with your own personal home, wherever you're living. Get a CMA for that, and then wherever else you want. So with your personal website, all you have to do is buy a domain. I'll create the rest for you. That's about $8 to $10 per year. I will end up going into whatever I would use Dynadot as DYNADOT. Usually it's your first last name.com, first name last name.com if you can get it. And then I would take that and push it to a subdomain within the company website. Then if people go to your actual domain, it'll go straight to your subdomain and you'll capture that lead. And then they'll be locked to you forever in Sierra or shjune.com. So then if they later go to shjune.com, you're automatically getting the lead. That makes sense. But it'll save you from paying to create one. It'll save you from having to worry about marketing and building it out. We're doing that ourselves. Personal logo again. Auto open house. Assemble your Power 100 database, which is your sphere of influence. Choose a niche to work. Create a Facebook business and Google Plus page. Attend the weekly board tour. Attend a settlement, which is a closing. And boom, attend a Mike Ferry prospecting clinic or Tom Ferry Marketing Edge seminar. I'm going to add to that. So we do Mike Ferry coaching, clearly, and that's what I'm going to bring here. Tom Ferry's his son, so you learn from Mike, as did many other coaches. Tom Ferry and other coaches soften things up quite a bit compared to Mike. Mike's like just sign the paper type person, and these guys are they soften it up and do more marketing stuff than just cold calling and scripts. But there's a lot of good coaches out there. Rick Caruth, he's one to watch. If you go to Build Teams, John Cheplick, Jared James is another good one. If you YouTube real estate coaches, these people will probably end up popping up. They just give you quick little good ideas. So this is something you probably want to make a copy of and throw it at the front of your binder or something. Or I can make a copy before you leave. All right. Getting started checklist. So arrange to run your own business. I've already talked about getting a real estate credit card. I don't really care for credit. If you don't have it, don't spend it type thing. You don't want to get in debt. Make sure you pay it off if you do decide to get a credit card, but I'm not big on credit. But it is in there. We already talked about checking account, talking to your accountant, order business cards, I'll do that for you. So you can check that one off. That's one off your list. Same for professional photographs. I have company open house signs to use for now. They have time frames on them though, so the open house would have to be within those time frames if you wanted to use them. We already talked about the website, so you have to get your domain name. Again, that's dynadot.com. That's the easiest one for me to use.
Spell that again.
DYNADOT. And you've already done that, right? Did I already set it up? Push it. Good. All right. I thought so. But usually I won't order your business cards until you have that set up. So part of the checklist. Perfect timing for the Mike Ferry part. Arranged to travel to Mike Ferry's productivity school. So this one's going to be the superstar retreat. There is numerous events like monthly, some of them virtual, but superstar retreat's a big one. I think it's the biggest one annually. I typically go to that in the management retreat. This year I'm not hitting management retreats. I have something else going on, but it's expensive. But have a computer and printer if you need to from home. Obviously, you can connect to our printer here. Obtain title insurance rate card, write a short bio. So the title insurance thing, this would be something that we can get from our preferred vendors, which we will. Business tools to acquire. Lockbox key, you'll get that from CCAR. That'll be an app on your phone. I'm just going to read highlighters because highlighters are fun. Tape measure. Wall calendar is a little old school, but still a lot of people love using them. These are all office supplies. You can read it on your own. You could probably put that at the front of your binder too with your checklist. Okay. So 17 ways to use your business cards. Y'all like to read these one by one? Like take turns read them? One through 17.
I'll start.
Cool.
Keep a supply of cards in each of your family's automobiles. Heck yeah.
Good job. Good job, Ben.
Keep extra cards in your wallet, your purse, your briefcase, your day planner, suit coat pockets, or any other handy place.
Place business cards next to the cash register at your favorite local stores.
Place your card underneath your tip whenever you're out to eat at a restaurant.
Yeah. Give a supply of cards to all of your friends and relatives. Ask them to give them out whenever they have an opportunity.
Attach your card to any promotional literature you pass out or any direct mail you send.
Include 2 of your business cards in each thank you card that you send to customers.
Ask hotels if you can leave them in rooms. Ask Airbnbs if you can leave cards.
Whenever you jot a note to give someone, use the back of your business card.
Attach your card to your treats you pass out at Halloween. Magnet cards are great for this occasion.
Provide all of your clients with a collection of cards, either in their closing package or in their closing gift. Ask them to pass them out to friends and relatives.
Make sure your auto mechanic, druggist, doctor, dentist, dry cleaner, auto salesman know your in-home sales. Give each of them a supply of cards.
Supply your favorite barbershop or beauty shop with an ample supply of cards.
Daily scan the local newspaper and send congratulatory notes with a copy of the announcement to the parents of wedding announcements, birth announcements, and college graduation announcements. Include your business card.
Never pass an opportunity to take your card on bulletin boards used for announcements in supermarkets, laundromats, apartment clubhouses, etc.
Place 10 cards in your pocket each morning and do not go home until you have passed out all 10 cards to 10 different people.
Place your card into real estate related books at the library.
Or books a million.
That works.
Those are really good points too.
You get a lot of traction. So the next couple of pages are really for your reference only, if you wanted to read them. You don't have to do it now if you don't want, but. So we got a bunch of extra stuff in here. I'll probably give to you for your own time. All right, so this is the after the samples on the very last page is the new agent commitments. We will end up walking through these daily. In the beginning, I said 3 hours of prospecting, not 2 hours. I'm going to be on a 2-hour one personally, and then do an hour of agent recruitment prospecting as well. 2 hours typically is sufficient, but being a new agent, you're going to learn a lot in 3 hours. It is nerve-wracking. Don't let it overwhelm you. Kind of laugh about it, to be honest. You're going to get cussed out. You're going to, why are you calling? We're going to get my number phone. I'll sue you, whatever. You can get all kind of crap. Just laugh it off, go into it. Again, not with any expectations on outcome.
It's a numbers game.
Very much so. You want to get to know your numbers, since you're brought that up. You want to get to know your numbers.
Mhm.
It would take me 27 contacts to get a listing. You want to know that. It may be 80 contacts. I mean, once you learn well, dang, I only got to contact 80 people. If I contact 80 people today, I'm going to get a listing. Once you know that number, it takes a while, but it's comforting, really. It's like, oh, I only got to call a couple more people. I should be good, But it's important to learn your numbers. A lot of people never get to that point. So, and not saying that you won't be successful if you don't know them, but it's just a benefit to know them. Okay, so professional appearance. This is an issue in the real estate industry. We don't show up to meet clients in shorts, flip-flops, t-shirt. We don't do that. Some brokerages allow it. We do not,
Mhm.
because we do want to protect this industry. It is a profession. This is not again, it's not a get rich quick. It is not a hobby. It's a profession, and we want to represent it as such. And we do not want to be the reason that agents get a bad name. People do put us on a scale with used car salesmen. I hate reading that, but I see it all the time in comments, and we should not be. But I do understand why they consider us to be like that, because there's a lot of garbage out there, and you can own them if you can stand out. Freaking do it. You can get a lot of business from it. Again, write your bio. We pretty much supply all of these for you, except for being able to dress like a business person. So that's on you. The rest we'll do. And you have to take your own pictures, obviously, once we schedule them. Study market stats again, interest rates, preview the 10 houses per day. If 10's overwhelming, do 5. Just do something. We've already walked through these. Complete a CMA for your own home, market study for your neighborhood, assemble your Power 100, also your sphere of influence. What's 10% of 100? Yep, exactly. So if you hit your 100 people every quarter, it's proven that you will close at least 8 to 10 transactions just from those 100 people, because you contact them every 3 months and ask them for business. And you don't have to be, hey, do you know someone looking to buy or sell? You don't even have to ask them. They know you're in the industry. They're going to bring it up. How's the market? The market's crazy, isn't it? They're going to bring it up. So talk to them, and they'll remember you. Stay top of mind, and it'll pay off. But sphere is huge. If you build it to 500, what's 10% of 500? It's a lot. It's a lot of transactions a year. Sphere is gold mine. And a sphere should only be about 60% of your transactions per year. It's crazy. So there's a lot to be said about working that sphere of influence. All right, client preparation. We already talked about the Power 100. We talked about earlier the buyer representation presentation. We'll work on that together. For listings, I'm also working on that pre-listing package, and we'll have material to go with your listing presentations as well. The only thing that you'll really need for that is the CMAs that you run and your quick bio and your presentation folders. We talked about the niche. So ask your past coworkers and neighbors and such for referrals. Offer to take buyers. We're putting a system in place where everyone's get a good bit of buyer leads in general, but we are going to wait until they're screened and pre-approved, like I said, to pass them off, so you're not having to nurture them. At least your first 5 to 10 transactions, even whenever we have a closing coordinator or transaction coordinator, you're going to have to work through from beginning to end. So you're not going to just be able to pass off paperwork in the beginning. So you need to understand the entire process of something keeps popping up down there. But by the time I get there, I can't read it. It's gone. So I just hope it's still recording. But everyone should understand the process from beginning to end before they can start passing stuff off to someone. One, so you have respect for your transaction coordinator and you're not being nasty to them. Not saying any of you have that personality, so I don't think you do. But there's a lot of work on the back end too, that people don't understand. And ultimately, your time is not as well spent doing paperwork. So we're gonna get to that place that whenever you're running company given leads, it's gonna run to a transaction coordinator after you get under contract. So be a good team atmosphere. Again, that's friends and family who they know that might be moving. 2 open houses per month. On Facebook and Instagram ads, if you can. Have 10 real estate conversations every day. That's the no excuses one. Record and track leads to follow up in your CRM. We have that set up for you. You can set all kind of reminders and tasks in CRM. As long as you go into your CRM every morning, you're good. Do it. That thing is also a gold mine. People that properly utilize the CRM succeed at a much higher level. It's important. People don't understand how important it is, but if you utilize it, you'll blow up much quicker. Follow up is important. Probably 99% of the people that you close is because of your follow up. So
The CRM, and that's the one you were saying where, are you showing us where you go in there and print off labels and so forth as well, or?
no, that's CRS.
See, oh,
So CRS that's for getting like property addresses and stuff like that, information on a property. Your CRM is the back end of Sierra, of the website, where you see your leads come through. You can take notes, email from it, text from it, call from it, set reminders, set them on save searches, set up CMAs on them. If you know what neighborhood they currently live in, you can set up CMAs, which is a great tool. It's a good way to get listings too. So if you're building out your sphere, do it there. We're in Columbia Market too, if you ever want to take listings there. So if you know where people live there, find out what neighborhood it is, boom, put them on CMA. Going back now. Again, financials, open up your accounts, track your mileage, save every receipt. Look at that timing. Tomorrow, were y'all wanting to do this tomorrow? Were y'all gonna do it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We'll do the same time tomorrow. Miss Teresa, it'll be recorded for you.
I know, I wish I could be here. We've had fun.
It's all good. We'll probably do 3 to 5 tomorrow instead. So we're gonna work on a different packet. It's not gonna be one of these. It'll be walking through some other stuff that you probably already have in your binder on different things. If you go to the red section of your binder, there is a setting goals page. Should be 9 numbers. This paper here goes with it. Oh, you already have it actually right there. But, oh, you do too. Cool. Oh, can I have that back?
Yes.
Thank you. You already have this too, probably. I do think you have the 9 goals. I would work on that. This comes from the book, The Listing Boss. It's a good book. We did it for book club. What we're doing right now for book club is ninja selling. If y'all don't have a copy of that and want to join, we'll go over that the first Tuesday of May.
Yeah.
So that was the first book that we were taking two months on. So we'll go over that one. It's on Audible. We're gonna get it in print. Actually do Audible while I'm going through the print, so I can take a lot of notes in it. This is a really good book, especially for y'all starting off, to run through and use it as a textbook. It's actually a perfect time being a new
It's
agent.
the listing ninja.
No, ninja selling.
Ninja sell.
Yes. The Listing Boss is another book. Also a good book. Tomorrow, we're gonna do some more stuff on scheduling.
Amazon, here I come.
Yeah. I eat Amazon up.
Amazon and eBay are my two favorite places.
eBay.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
I'll go.
I do a lot of car parts off eBay. I
You do?
I can get them cheaper than Amazon.
Kind of car parts.
Just depends.
I'm gonna just stop on the quarter. It's gonna take like 2 hours to turn this into a video file.